Hello. Yes, it's me, that guy who got really stuck in on Chris Stuckmann for his Madam Web review a while back. So I guess it's only right that we get stuck in on his movie Shelby Oaks, hey? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't aware, famous YouTuber and film critic Chris Stuckmann has been in the process of getting his own horror movie made for the past 6 or 7 years or so, and it is called Shelby Oaks, which tells a story of a woman who is looking for her missing sister. I guess I should say this just in case some of you are new and get straight down into the comments section to defend Chris out of what I've already said so far. But despite my take the piss intro there is no vendetta against Chris Stuckmann that is formulating a biased opinion against him here. I know that the regular viewers will know that. Trust me, I will speak my mind gladly. In fact, I would like to take the opportunity to say well done to Chris Stuckmann, and that's without any sarcasm or bullshit. A genuine well done, because it can't have been easy to go from YouTuber to filmmaker. That is quite a huge leap to make there. But power to him, because he's done it, and I'm sure that this is the start of a very bright and interesting career for him. I find that very inspirational myself as someone who has plenty of movie ideas. Maybe one day I can get them onto the big screen as well. Or maybe even you can. So genuinely, well done. But how about the actual movie Shelby Oaks? Well, I hate to rain on the parade, but to put this in the words of my good friend Anthony Perez, this movie is ass. Yeah, I really had a tough time with Shelby Oaks. This was monotonous, boring, uninteresting, slow, stupid, nonsensical, not scary at all. I could go on. I can forgive performances. It's very clear that this is a low-budget movie, and actually I suppose that's one small praise that I can give Shelby Oaks. They do well with the budget that they have. Cinematography is okay. Some of the sound design is okay. I think it's a bit ropey at times. There are a few jump scare bangs and things like that are exceptionally eye-rolling, but they're not great. And I'm only being kind to those factors because I recognise that this is a first-time filmmaker. These are very low budgets that you're working with. Are they really praises, or am I making excuses for the film? It's probably a little bit of the latter, to be honest with you, because if this was his third or fourth film, I certainly would be coming in a lot harder on those factors. But for a first-timer with a very thin budget, it's acceptable. It is fine enough. I have seen a hell of a lot worse, that's for sure. Biggest problem for me with Shelby Oaks is the writing. It feels like it was written by a child. It wasn't. It was written by Chris Stuckmann and his wife, which immediately worried me because I don't know if some of you have seen it, but I have seen his short movie Julia, which he also wrote, and the writing of that was cripplingly embarrassing. It's a bit better than Julia, but it's still cringe in your seat bad. And it's right out the gates. I know there is a real place in America called Dark County, but come on. Of course it's in Dark County. The YouTube channel is called The Paranormal Paranoids. Just get fucked. That's the worst name you could have come up with. Narratively, it makes next to fuck all sense at all. Characters are dumb as shit. They flat out fail to create an environment that you truly believe in at all. There's no real through line narratively. It is very much just this happens, then this happens, then this happens, and none of it makes any sense. The main character just overnight becomes a wonder detective because the police are crap, apparently. We're just told they're crap. We don't get to see them be crap and get infuriated by their crapness. No, we're just told they're crap, and I guess she's the best cop for the job, even though she's not a cop. By the end of the movie, I'm deeply scratching my head and confused as to what the motivation actually even is anymore. And the very last scene is just the literal visual cinema replication of shitting the bed. What the fuck is that last scene? Like, bin it entirely, because it's dreadful. Do something, anything else. Just anything else but that. That's not scary. It's kind of funny, really goofy, and renders your entire story fucking useless. Oh my god, it's one of the worst endings I've ever seen. I'm not trying to be dramatic here. This is just really such a low bar when you consider the fact that he had Kickstarter campaigns here. He asked his fans for their own hard-earned money to make this. He had production companies behind it. He makes hundreds of thousands of pounds from YouTube as is, and yet his fans paid to make this. And this is what we got? I've seen some very bad horror movies in my life, And this is ranking lower than some of them. It's definitely, quite comfortably, in the worst 10 movies I've seen this year. I don't think it's the worst. For example, would I rather sit through that Disney remake of Snow White, or would I rather sit through this? Yeah, no, fair play, I would rather sit through Shelby Oaks out of those two. But fuck, man, come on, this can't be it. You've worked on this for so long, and that's all it is? You put out advertisements of having Keith David and how awesome that is, because that is awesome, and then you used him in one fucking scene, and the scene could be cut because it literally achieved fuck all. Oh, this movie drove me a little insane, if you haven't noticed. I do really want to make it evidently clear that this is not some biased opinion formulated by a previous video made in discussion of Chris Stuckmann. I would never do that when it comes to a review. If this film was genuinely good, I would eat my hat, say, hey, I guess I was wrong, full credit to you. And I still do want to give him credit because he's just starting out. Alright, I'm sure that maybe if I did make a movie on my first go, it probably would be pretty crap, to be honest. And I still hope and believe that he can grow and do more and get better and learn. I've just got to call it how I see it, and this is really bad, but not so laughably bad that you can have like a so bad it's good with it and get drunk and invite friends around and enjoy it. No, if you did that, you'll all just be sat there like this, bored to tears, waiting for it to end and just realising how dumb all of this is. Probably feeling quite ripped off if you were one of the people who put money into the Kickstarter as well. For all of this time and build-up and anticipation, it's one almighty wet fart of a film. Shelby Oaks gets a 1 out of 10. Thank you for watching this review. Please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please do hit the comments as well. Have you seen Shelby Oaks? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you haven't had enough of this crazy ginger, we can always click on these suggested videos right here and get yourself lost in an IMO wormhole. But if not, take care. I look forward to seeing you on the next review.